about every 30 years.
Yeah, that's a
so
coin.
real 24 karat gold leaf, as opposed not solid gold. Is that couple on the other side of the crossing? Are they with us? They're not, are they? Good work, guys. Let's go around the corner. As I say,
I'm getting out of his reach. I'm getting out of the reach.
Give you a photo break when we get a little bit closer, so you can get in front of the palace. So, as you're looking at the front of the palace, I'm sure you can see there's a big Union flag or a Union Jack flying up on top of the palace. So the Union flag flying up there, that tells me that His Majesty is not at Buckingham Palace today, right? So if he were there, if he were in the building, it would be his personal flag, the one that we call the Royal Standard, his coat of arms, if you like. That would fly from the top of the building. But just walking around the front of the building here, you see there, below the flag, there are two classical Corinthian columns, and at the bottom of those two columns is a large balcony. Now, I just point that out because that's the balcony where the royal to wave to the British public and people from around the world gather here in St James's Park. So I just like to point it out because when you see it on TV, they kind of zoom right in so that you get to see the faces of the different members of the royal family there.
Yeah,
so the front wing of Buckingham Palace. So this side, if you like, is the public side of Buckingham Palace. 775 rooms inside there, right? So the other side of the palace overlooks the largest private garden in central London, the gardens of Buckingham Palace. Wow. So it's on the far side of the palace where Elizabeth II had her suite of rooms that were around the other side. That's the place. Did you hear that story about Michael Finnegan, the Irishman, that broke into Buckingham Palace, climbed over the wall of the gardens, found a way into the palace, and eventually wanders around the palace, found the Queen's bedroom, went in, woke up the Queen. The Queen's frantically pressing the emergency buzzer to call security. Maybe step over, guys, so people that are not in the group can get past us. So she's frantically pressing the emergency buzzer. Apparently, that particular morning, she was pressing the buzzer during a shift change. It took security a little while to get there. Some heads rolled, I was going to say. I mean, people lost their jobs over that security incident. Had it been 500 years ago, they'd probably literally have lost their heads for that. But so anyway, so that story all from the kind of the back side of the palace where the Queen had her private suite of rooms. I'm aiming for this green triangle over the other side, and we'll set a meeting time over the other side there, and then you can maybe have some time for photos, etc. Do you see, as we come more around the side of the building, if you look on the left-hand side there, can you see the back section of the building? There's two different types of stone as you look at the left-hand side of the building. There's a kind of lovely yellow honey-coloured stone at the back of the building, and then the front section made out of that whiter Portland stone, and the front section is taller, right? So the Duke of Buckingham, back in the day, his building had three sides with an open courtyard in the middle of the building. And then when this became a royal palace, the royal family add on the front wing and enclosing the courtyard that is now in the centre of the building, as it were.
Is that where the armies presented themselves on Coronation Day to Charles and Camilla?
And this is what you see. I told you I got
so and if you've seen kind of various things on TV or even that Netflix show The Crown has the Green Man. Let's go for it again. If you've seen various things on TV or in movies representing Buckingham Palace, they never film in this actual location. But for example, what Netflix do quite well, they have a CGI version of Buckingham Palace, and you see the vehicles driving underneath that central arch, and and people get out in the courtyard in the centre of that building. Just over to our left-hand side, the creamy white buildings over behind the trees there on the left. So that's where the soldiers are based. So those are the army barracks over there for the soldiers that are on guard. Let's go gather in the middle though.
Australia. like I said, I'm partnered with this BBC commentator. He's giving us the
So
full
there we go. Buckingham
back
Palace.
to him again.
Read all the polls with ER on it. Do they replace it for every?
Eventually, it'll take a long time. Okay, one and all. Right, could we synchronise your watches? So firstly, so this is kind of where we're going to finish up the morning bit of the tour, if you like. So just to kind of orientate you, if you wanted, if you're peeling off from here, if you're going to walk and split from here, if you walk down this side of the park, if you cross over and head down that side of the park, you'll be heading back towards Westminster Abbey and Big Ben. Yeah. If you walk down the central avenue that is right in front of Buckingham Palace, the one that we just came down now, if you walk down that one and keep going, you come back out into Trafalgar Square at the other end of the park. Yeah. So if you want to split from here, I hope you've enjoyed this morning's tour. Have a fabulous trip as you explore, well, 3 or maybe 4 great capital cities as you're traveling across Europe. So have a fabulous trip. And thank you very much. And for those of you that want a lift to the hotel, or for those of you that are coming with us to see the crown jewels at the Tower of London, right back here is the meeting place. The bus is somewhere completely different, right? This is the meeting place. And we are leaving here at 11:45. Which is in about 12 minutes, yeah? So chance for you guys to go and do your photos in front of the palace.